Yes. Hello, students. Today we'll continue iteration statements or looping statements. See, iteration statements are also called as loops. Loops means whenever you want to repeat set of statements or instructions until some condition is satisfied. Until that set of statements or instructions will be repeating, their execution will be repeating again and again until some condition is satisfied. Once the condition is satisfied, it will stop the repetition of statements. See, usually we say that when we are explaining the computers works very fast, right? Computer works very fast. Right, speed of computer is very fast. Usually. See, here, how do we feel, or when we feel that yes, computer is working fast? For example, I want to tell the computers. So first, before this, we'll have some other example. For example, now I'll tell all of you to write your name 5 times. Right. All of you will write your name 5 times and you'll show it to me. And later on, the same thing, I'll increase, all of you write your name 50 times. When I said 50 times, all of you will write, when you submit your result, I see that in the first 20 times, what your handwriting neatness is there, that neatness is not maintained from 20 to 30. In 20 to 30, what neatness was there? Again, it is lost in 40 to 50. However, you are coming to the target, that is up to 50 times. We saw that your handwriting is getting worse and worse. This is why, because it is human beings' natural behavior is that whenever something it is said to a human being to do the same work number of times, it is very difficult to maintain the consistency or the efficiency in giving the results, right? That is why here when I said to write your name 50 times, everyone was unable to maintain the neatness in the handwriting. But the same thing, if I tell the computer to print your name 50 times or 5,000 times or 5 lakh times or 5 crore times, you see that the efficiency or the consistency in preparing the result, it will be remain same, right? So that means computer never gets tired or bored when it is repeating the same work again and again, right? So in this situation, this is one of the situation where you can feel that yes, computer works faster and it maintains consistency and it always maintains the efficiency in producing the result, right? So to do this kind of work in programming language, they have given us looping statements or iterative statements, right? Loops, looping, iterative statements, all words are one and the same, right? In C++, or in majority of the languages, there are 3 types of loop: while loop, do while loop, and for loop. So before we start with any of the loop, first you should know some points. What are the general points or general steps for doing a repetition? General steps for a loop, right? Let us check. See, now there's general steps for a loop here. When I said that write your name 5 times, so it is not necessary to keep counting when you are writing your name 5 times, because once when you write with your eyes, one glance, if you see, easily you can say whether you have reached a 5 number of times or not. But the same thing when I write names 50 times, when I'm writing it 50 times, Just by seeing it with one eye glance, I can't say that, yes, these are 50 times without counting. It is difficult, not possible. So, what I have to do when I want to write my name more number of times, in such case, I have to keep track of counting. Means in my mind, when I start writing my name 50 times, and the first time in my mind, I'll keep a count as one and I'll write my name. Next, that count I'll make it two, indicating that I'm writing it second time. Next time three, next time four, next time five, next time six. It will continue up to 50 times. Once 50 is reached, you're going to stop. Right. So that means this kind of counting has to be maintained. Right. That is why first step is initialize the looping variable. Means what? I have to set some count to the starting value. Some people start the value from 1 and they move up to the target, that is 50. But some people, what they do is they start from 50 only counting. Second time when they're writing, they make it as 49. Third time when they are writing, they'll make it as 48. Like that in the reverse order, they'll count, right? You have to set some initial value. And after that, every time you have to check for the condition. Check for the looping condition, we say. Looping condition means what? Whether you have reached the target or not. Every time you should check. If it is reached, stop. If it is not yet reached, continue the repetition. Right. If target is not reached, then execute the body of loop. Body of loop means it is going to contain the statements to be repetitively executed. Those statements you have to execute. And after that, increment or decrement looping variable. That means if the count is started from 1, you just go on saying increment 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, like that. One by one, you increment it so that you can reach the target. If you have started from 50 and you have to come backward direction, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, like that. That means I should decrease, right? So that is what here increment or decrement the looping variable. So repeat steps 2 to 4 until loop condition is false. Right. These are the general steps you need to follow whenever you are learning any of the loop. And coming to the while loop, this is called as pre-tested looping structure, or it is also called as entry controlled loop. Entry controlled loop or pre-tested looping structure. You can see the syntax while test condition. Well, only one statement you want to execute. You don't require flower brackets, braces. But when there are more than one statement to be present in the while body, then you have to enclose it into a block. You have to enclose it into a block, right? So this is body of the loop. You can use any one of this. Remember, at the end of the while, in the first line, don't use semicolon, because here these are the statements which have to be executed repetitively until the condition is true. If you are giving a semicolon here at the end, then this loop will end here only. This part will not be executed repetitively. That is why don't use semicolon here. It has to be given to the statement which are inside the loop, not in the first line of the while loop. And this is the diagrammatical representation. If this condition is true, statement 1 to n will be executed. Then it will go back to condition again. Again, if it is true, it will execute again, go back to condition. That part will repeat until condition is false. When condition is false, it will come out and continues with the next statement. The looping structure works as follows. Just know those statement I said, 5 lines. That thing only is there here. Now, based on this while loop statement, there are some examples. Here, see hash include iostring.h, onio.h, iomanip.h manipulators, void main. And what they're doing is write a program to print numbers from n to 1. Program is for what? If you are entering the value 10, it has to print the values from 10 to 1. Right. So here in 10, clear screen, enter the starting number, seen n, while n greater than 0, right? C out, set w, n, right? Then minus minus n. N will be decreased by 1. After that, go back to while and check again. N greater than 0. Then again n will be printed. So here this kind of while programs or looping programs, you can understand it clearly only through the means of tracing. All right, tracing means like dry run we call. Means before I give it to the computer, this program, I can say the result in advance what it will give. That is called as a tracing. Right. So that I'll show you so that in the remaining programs also you can follow and you can understand the logic or the idea behind implementing this program. So first variable is n, no, in the integer, you make one column n, and the condition n greater than 0. And the output, right? If I enter the starting number for n, it is 5. For example, I'm giving it as 5. You can give any number. Enter the value. This is over now. Now, while n greater than 0, so you have to check the condition 5 greater than 0. And then cout set w4 n. That means here the value n will be printed. The value n will be printed. Set w4 means what? It will leave the 4 space from the right side in the spaces what it has left just now. From the right side, your number will be printed. And n is what? It is 5. 5 will be printed here. After that, minus minus n, where n will be decreased by 1. And sorry, this is 5. 5 is greater than 0. And here it is 4 greater than 0. It is true. When it is true, it will get inside the body of the loop. And then cout set w4. Again, by leaving 4 spaces, it will print the value of n, that is 4. And minus minus n, it becomes 3. And then when it is 3, again it will go back to n greater than 0, 3 greater than 0. Condition is true. And set w4. By leaving that 4 spaces, it will print 3. And then again in minus minus n, it is 2 and goes to 2 greater than 0. It is true. And it checks condition. And then the value 2 will be printed. N minus minus, it is 1. 1 greater than 0 is true. And in the output, what happens by leaving 4 spaces, the value of I, and it will print 1. Minus minus n, it will become 0. 0 greater than 0 is false. And after that, it will come out from the condition and it says print at end of the syllabus. Okay. So like this, the tracing can be done. Right. And next program. So here now when creating a while loop, one must always consider that it has an end to some points. Right. See, sometimes what happens is this technique will not be able to send return true. So here, now to find out sum of right. Now I hope you understood the previous program. Now it's about to find sum of the digits in a given number. Right. That means what? Their intention is to say, if you are giving a value 123, then your program should calculate 3 plus 2 plus 1 equal to 6. We want this result. Right. Now there is another program they have given 123 where integer digits have to be extracted first and then adding them. Sum of individual digits of a given number. Now you see they have taken sum equal to 0 and digit. They are asking for. Let us check. N sum equal to 0, digit is equal to 0. Enter the number. And now here, and this has to be repeated until n reaches. And it is first statement you see n not equal to 0, then digit is equal to n not equal to 0 is condition, digit equal to n modulus 10. We know already that modulus means gives you the remainder of the division. Right. So where in this, first one digit is extracted from right side. And then that digit sum will be added to sum. Right. And then n will be deducted by 10. Means what? The whatever the number he had given. So that is sum of digits, sum. Right. This is the way how exactly it is going to work. For example, 7039 they have given. But here it has done a calculation like u into 7 into 0 into 7 plus 0 plus 3 plus 9. Addition should be done, and at last you get a result as 90. Right. So this is a thing. Okay. Now it's about compound interest, given amount, a rate of interest, and time. So principal amount. For that, see, they have taken time and year also. Now it is principal amount, net amount, rate, and CI variable is there. Time and year is there. The three inputs are principal amount, rate, and time. And first, what this in the PIAMT, principal amount, whatever is there, it will be copied into net amount. Year is equal to 1, year less than or equal to time. Now here, when this condition is true, so now here net amount they are calculating. Net amount into. So with this formula, the net amount will be calculated, year plus plus, and outside what happens is and later on in the net amount, principal amount will be cancelled and the CI net amount will be subtracted in the what is the net amount, and both this CI variable and net amount both will be calculated. Oh, 1 minute.